All right, so do you want to make some extra money by selling cards you probably don't need right now? Then you have to stick around and watch this video. Of course, give it a like, and also if you have any of your own ideas, make sure to share them in the comments down below so more people can get on this and also sell their cards and make some extra money. Let's not waste any more time and go ahead and get started with the first card. It's going to be Lullaby of Obedience, and I'm pretty sure this was a fairly obvious choice for today's video because it was just so good at this YCS that just happened this weekend. Why I think you should be getting rid of this card is if you don't want to play fire decks or mirror matches, or if you just don't feel like doing that, because realistically, this was a great tech choice for a 3v3 setting where you really expected a lot of top players and top teams and encountering a whole ton of mirror matches. But we all know that's not the case if you go to locals or regionals. People might not be on fire decks. There's a myriad of decks out there that are able to do well, and a lot of Obedience is just not going to do that much for you. So again, if you're playing a fire deck, you can run this card if you want, but if you're not, I'm pretty sure you can find some eager customers and sell this for about $12 a copy, which is actually really nice, because if your buyer decides to play this card, they probably have to own a playset. And it's also this really pretty secret rarity that it does have two printings, so you might have it lying around in some binder and you completely forgot about it. So yes, this is definitely going to be the first card on today's list. And moving on, I want to talk about Cyframe Gear Delta. So it kind of took me by surprise. I didn't know that it only had one printing, but after it saw a lot of success in Jesse's list from the UDS, it spiked to about $14 per copy of this one rare Delta. But why I'm saying you maybe have to get rid of it is just because after his list, it didn't really see that much success. I understand the card is really good. So again, you're gonna find some people that are going to want to own it. However, you would have to play this as well as a driver, probably a Gamma as well, and that's gonna take up 5 slots of your side deck. And if you don't really feel like doing that, if you just wanna have different siding patterns, dedicate that space to something else, it might be a better choice to just run some other cards, because right now there's so many cards I think you have to be including in your side deck, from back row removal to other hand traps to other blowout cards like Evenly or something. Like, you just physically don't have enough space, even though Delta is really good. Another reason why I think you have to get rid of this card is if you think about the fact that they just gave a reprint to Lambda, if I'm not mistaken, and this being like a random rare from High Speed Riders, I'm pretty sure they're gonna turn to Delta next to give it a reprint. So if you feel like making that $14-15 per copy right now, I will get rid of Cyframe Gear Delta 100%. Now, let's move on to Quem. I wanted to include it in this video because, it came out in Cyberstorm Access. I'm not certain where they are going to want to give it a reprint. It's definitely going to be in the Megatins. However, you are definitely going to find some people wanting to play branded right now. It's just a really solid strategy to counter everything fire. And if you have extra Quems running around, if you have extra Quems lying around, and if you're not yourself playing branded, I think it's a really good choice to get rid of this card, because Konami might just catch us by surprise and give it a reprint in a very random set like Battles of Legend that are coming, or the 25th anniversary or something. So yeah, getting about $46, almost $50 for a single copy right now actually sounds really good. So I would definitely look into selling this, because there's so many branded players out there, or people that want to play branded but maybe don't own Quem yet, and you can be that savior that sells them the Quem. So yes, let's move on to NXT's monster. I wanted to talk about the Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. Basically, this card just received a reprint in the Battles of Legends set. But even the reprint, and there's two versions, the gold ultra rare, the regular one, and also the silver ultra rare, both of them are almost $10, but they are going down in price. So if you maybe pulled this because the set has been out for about a week now, I would definitely get rid of this card, because 100% when more cards are on the market, it's gonna go down. And if you have your old copy, you might even want to get into look into getting rid of that card. Why this card is nice is for any strategy playing level 8 monsters. However, if you're not particularly into that, or if you're not running Horus right now, because realistically, what else is there? Then of course you can get rid of this card because it's not going to be of much use, but the effect itself is actually good. So if you want to get about $6 to $7 for one version or $9 to $10 for the other one, you just need to, go to your locals, find someone that plays Horus and, sell them this card. And there's also other strategies out there, of course, that utilize level 8 monsters, and it is generic and also good. So yeah. The next card is going to, again, have to do with our beloved Branded Despia deck. Albion the Sanctifier Dragon actually went up in price. It is almost $30 right now. And I remember getting this for like half the price, possibly even lower. But let's be real, right now, if you want to play Branded, I think you have to do the Gimmick Puppet lock, and Albion is there to help you achieve that. And also, Gimmick Puppet just received a reprint. It's much more accessible. Some players just refused to invest into it before because it was expensive, but that's not the case anymore. And again, I'm going to stress this one more time. I think you have to play the lock if you want to do well. Branded is a good strategy by itself, but the lock is just a win more type of thing, and you kind of need this in this meta where power levels are just extremely high. So if you maybe have extra copies, if you pulled a couple secret rares from Cyberstorm Axes, I would look into selling the Albion, because again, you don't know where it's going to receive a reprint, and in my opinion, it's kind of free $28. So with that, we're going to move on to the last card. Now with this one, you can do two things. You can sell it, or you can hold on to it for a while longer and sell it before the next core set. And what I'm talking about is Yubel, the Loving Defender Forever. Because this deck, is like catching us by surprise all the time. Like, it is genuinely good, and none of us really expected this once we saw the Yubel support being announced like a couple months back. But it's getting played with Unchained or just in other ways, and the deck is nice. I think it is a good contender for like a local or regional level, possibly even a YCS when no one really knows what your cards do. But with Yubel just getting more and more recognition, this fusion went from around $8 to $9 to about 15, almost 16 right now. So you can sell it if you don't want to play Yubel, or if you have like multiple copies, but it is also getting support. So if you want to wait until the next core set and sell it, if things just become really hyped up for some reason, you can also wait. I did want to talk about it just now if you're, in a pinch and just want to get some extra money. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. I just wanted to quickly cover some cards that are spiking or might receive a reprint, and you want to get on that before they do. And yes, if you enjoy me doing these types of, market type videos, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Share your own thoughts and ideas, and of course, like the video if you did like it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!